Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode here of Banish the Doubt. I am George McNamara. In this video, what I want to talk about is the number one killer of all potential, of all dreams. It is distraction. See, the root word of distraction, or the Latin of the word, the Latin root of the word distraction means to pull apart, to drag away from, worry. The cell phones that we have, the social media we have, that seems to be omnipresent, is all designed to keep you distracted, to keep you away from who you really are on the inside, your I am. You, every one of you out there watching this video, you know you're special. You have within you the entrepreneurial spirit. You wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't. You would not have been curious about what am I going to talk about if you weren't, if you didn't have that. If you wouldn't be a subscriber to this channel. People profit off of your avoidance of who you truly are. You see, the most successful people in this world, oftentimes, not every single one, but oftentimes are people who at some point in their life got rigorously honest about who they are. It's why most of, a lot of, maybe not most, but a lot of people who have at one time gone through addiction to substances end up on the other side, coming out of that, becoming extremely successful because they said, okay, enough of this suffering. I'm going to become rigorously honest about who I am, and I'm going to pivot. I'm not going to be distracted anymore. I'm going to live my life with the knowledge of what exactly is going on in my brain. How am I talking to myself? What am I avoiding? Every time there's a little gap in my day and I reach for my phone and I look down and I just scroll through Facebook and text messages and videos that are just fill in space. You know, there was a study done, I'm not sure how long ago it was, and they took a group of men and a group of women, and they said to them, here, we're going to offer you two options. One is to sit quietly alone with your thoughts for 10 minutes, or give yourself an electric shock. 67% of the men said, I'll take that electric shock. Something like 80% or so of the women said, yeah, I'll take the electric shock. I'll electrocute myself to avoid being alone with their thoughts. Why is that? It's because we have been programmed to live this way. Growing up, I remember the idea of becoming introspective or talking to a psychiatrist or psychologist was voodoo, was not one of those wackos. And they had terms for people like that. It is, so that is the programming. It's to look at those people and think, I don't want to be like them. It is the programming that says, I'm more concerned with what somebody else on the outside of who I am thinks of me. We're conditioned. Think of how many times you've heard, now this video was a couple of days after the Super Bowl. Think of how many times, there were videos here on YouTube about, oh, the crowd cheered for this person and booed for that person. These are adults, age-wise adults, but psychologically and emotionally, they're still children. Saying, "Ooh, that's like they were in school. Could you see how many people said, boo, they don't like her, or they don't like him, and they like him, and they don't like it?" You see what I'm talking about? We get sucked into this. So it's a discipline to say, no, in this moment when I have a free time, I'm going to figure out why is it? What is it inside of me? I know it's there. I'm going to become introspective and I'm going to find out and I'm going to live my life on my terms. I'm going to say and understand and really embrace if I'm not happy, nobody else around me really is happy because I'm attracting that to me by my thinking, by this little voice, this little constant thinking goes on in my head. The inner voice that tells you who exactly you are in every single moment. I'm going to tap into that. I'm going to become rigorously honest about who I am. And I'm going to live my life based off of that. Live my life off of the I am, and you fill in the blank. You see, because we have options in this life. When we first start working, we use our muscles, right? Young guys, you get the laborious jobs. It's muscles. But then we can graduate up into managerial jobs or jobs where we are managing other people. We develop a skill set in order to do that. So those are the two sort of tiers, if you will, of how we create our life and how we make money, generate income, how we attract income to us. After that, though, communication, writing a book, sales, making a video, how you can communicate to people. That is where you can break into these next levels of becoming wealthy. And above that is your imagination. It's why Steve Jobs can create the Apple phone, the Apple Watch. It's why we can create airplanes that stay in the sky. Everything you see in this world, everything, the shirt that I'm wearing, the computer I'm making this video through, the chair that I'm sitting on, was all but first a thought in a person's mind. But they decided at some point, no more distractions. I'm going to understand just how precious this life is and how little time we have in these human bodies on this place we call Earth. And I'm going to decide, do I want to be distracted or do I want to use that time to figure out and to connect or reconnect to who that person is, that person that came into this world? Wholeness, love, honesty, light. We are that person. They are inside of us. It's time for us to reconnect to that person. That's who we truly are. And in doing this, you then start to live the life on your terms. You create this life. And then wealth, abundance, prosperity, you draw it to you because that's where your focus is, and where your focus is and where your thoughts are. This universe brings all that to you. You're doing it every single day, every moment of every day. Do you want to keep living that way? Or do you want to live life on your terms? Have a great day.